Quran Jesus, Isa, created a bird by Allah's permission, but Almighty God said He alone creates. Who is lying, the Almighty God or the Quran? One of the most profound theological contradictions between the Bible and the Quran revolves around the concept of creation. In Surah 3:49, the Quran states that Jesus, Isa, formed a bird out of clay and breathed life into it by Allah's permission. Yet the Bible is clear that only God alone is the Creator. In Isaiah 44:24, KJV, Almighty God declares, "Thus saith the Lord thy Redeemer, and He that formed thee from the womb, I am the Lord that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself." This verse leaves no room for ambiguity. God creates alone, without assistance, permission, or partnership. Yet, the Quran attributes the act of creation to Jesus, albeit with Allah's permission. This presents an unavoidable contradiction. Either the Almighty God of the Bible is lying when He says He alone creates, or the Quran is lying when it attributes the divine act of creation to Jesus. Both cannot be true. The power to create belongs to God alone. The Bible consistently affirms that God alone is the Creator. Genesis chapter 1:1, KJV. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Nehemiah 9:6, KJV. Thou, even thou, art Lord alone. Thou hast made heaven, the heaven of heavens, with all their host, the earth, and all things that are therein. John chapter 1:3, KJV. All things were made by Him, and without Him was not anything made that was made. According to John chapter 1-3, Jesus Himself is the Creator. The Word, Jesus, was with God and was God, and through Him all things were made. This affirms that Jesus is not a mere prophet, but the divine Creator Himself. The Quran admits Jesus created in Surah 3:49. The Quran says, "I create for you out of clay the likeness of a bird, then I breathe into it, and it becomes a bird by Allah's permission." If Jesus had the power to create life, even by permission, that still means He had the power to do something only God can do. If creation belongs only to God, as Isaiah 44:24 declares, then Jesus is God. If not, then the Quran contradicts itself by attributing divine power to a mere prophet. Who is lying? If the Bible is true, then Isaiah 44:24 means that only God creates. Since Jesus creates in the Quran, this means Jesus is God, contradicting the Islamic view of Jesus as only a prophet. If the Quran is true, then Isaiah 44:24 is false, and the Almighty God of the Bible is lying. But how can God lie? Numbers 23:19, KJV declares, "God is not a man that He should lie." The only possible conclusion is that the Quran contradicts itself by attributing divine creative power to Jesus while denying His divinity. Challenge to skeptics and non-believers. If only God can create, how do you explain Jesus creating life in the Quran? If Jesus needed permission, why didn't other prophets also create? Why is Jesus uniquely given this divine attribute? Can God lie? If not, then how do you reconcile the contradiction between Isaiah 44:24 and Surah 3:49? If the Quran is true, why does it support the idea that Jesus shares in divine power, something that contradicts Islamic monotheism? The evidence is clear. Jesus is not just a prophet. He has the power of creation, which belongs to God alone. If skeptics and non-believers wish to challenge this, they must reconcile the contradiction between the Quran and the Bible without dismissing the clear facts presented. If Jesus is not God, explain how He creates life. If you cannot, then the only truth left standing is that Jesus is indeed God. the Creator, and the Quran inadvertently proves it.